Welcome everybody to our 2016 second quarter update for the 1MLM system. Top networkers group in the building. That is the team. The 1MLM system is our system. The system to rule them all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about what I'm about to share with you today. Thank you, wherever you are, for tuning in, for taking a few moments to learn a little bit more about the 1MLM system. This is sort of going to be like a tour of the system for those of you who are not currently signed up for the system. It's also a training and an update for our team members. Now, one of the things that I really want you to know before we get started is that there's no holds barred on these updates. I really don't hold too much back. So I may say some things that challenge you, but please understand that if you're really trying to go from where you are now to where you want to be, you're going to have to accept some challenges. You're going to have to be able to be challenged by somebody else to do things that you're not doing now, to step outside of your comfort zone, to do more than you may be doing, better than you're doing it. And I may say some things that make you feel like you're not measuring up. But please don't allow that to discourage you from taking the challenge to step up. With that being said, let's get right into this information. I'm really excited to show you the redesign of our 1MLM system, of our homepage. Let's get right into it. For those of you who are watching this right now, please understand that what I wanted to really do is sort of clean up our membership area. We really wanted to sort of, give you, all of what you need right here on the homepage. When you log in, this is how it looks. And give you the opportunity to really navigate through the system in a simpler manner, okay? Long story short, some of it may have been confusing, okay? We may have had too much going on the front. I know a lot of folks don't like to actually read, and that's sort of unfortunate. Again, I have to challenge you here. If you're not a reader, you're never going to be a leader. Please understand me when I say that. Nobody's ever going to follow you if you're not a reader. If you're the kind of person who can't take a few moments to read the instructions, then you're never going to really know what you're doing personally yourself, and therefore nobody is really going to follow you. So again, one of the things that I want you to do, as long as you're working with this team, is I want you to be better. So if you're not a reader, if that's one of your weaknesses, that's the main thing you've got to work on. Please understand that. Okay. At the same time, I'm trying to bear with you. Okay. This system, by the way, is not a system that is, being paid for us to go out and have web designers working on things. One second, you guys. There's some a lot of calls are coming in. We're in the campaign time, and so I'm actually waiting for it to go to voicemail. All right. So look, you guys. There's a lot of let's see here. Sorry about that. I was lost my train of thought with the phone ringing. How'd you guys hate that? Yeah. So again, look, there's a lot of information out here in the world, and I know it takes a lot of time to gather that information. Don't be in a rush. Take it day by day, bite by bite, but make sure that you're doing it every single day. Make sure you're reading, make sure you're growing, make sure you're improving, so that you can get to where you're trying to get to, financially speaking. Okay. Don't be that person who just settles for, well, that's the way I am. Okay. Don't be that person, because again, what we're talking about here when it comes to building an organization, a lot of it is about leadership. It is about the law of attraction. It is about you attracting the kinds of people to you that are similar to you, right? So again, look, I've been blessed to have attracted several very strong leadership mentality type people who are naturally drawn to me because they see another leader, right? And so naturally, for those of you who may not look at yourself as a leader, please understand that that may also be an area that you may need to work on. Maybe it's not just reading, but maybe it's how you think. And a lot of times, I'm going to be honest with you, what you're reading impacts how you're thinking. So getting back to the system, one of the reasons that there's so much in our system is you really want to spend time in this system. Think about it for a moment. How much time do you spend on Facebook per day? Let's say you're on the gram. How much time do you spend on the gram per day throughout your day? How much time? What about Twitter? Okay. Now, we're going to have varying answers. Some of you are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You're on everything all the time. Some of you barely ever use it at all. And I'm going to talk to you guys in just a moment, right? For those of you who are always on social networks or are maybe on there an hour a day, maybe 5 hours per day, on there a little bit, somewhere in there 1 to 5 hours. What if you cut an hour out of that and invested that hour into something more productive, such as learning more about your craft, learning more about your industry, learning more about how to actually attract others into business partnership with you? What if you spent an hour a day doing that instead of what you're doing right now? How would that change your results in business? Some of you only spend an hour on Facebook. What if you, took 15 minutes to go through some information? Again, I know that's not a lot of time, but it's better than nothing. And so again, the goal here is to really simplify how you navigate through the system. However, all the information is still in the system. It's all still here. So for example, let me maximize this page here. When you go right into the marketing page, and please don't call me, guys, unless you're actually serious about making money. Okay. We've pretty much moved all of your marketing tools to this page right here. And what we're doing here, just so you know, is these are, real quick, for those of you who do blog, who do have websites and do have areas where you can insert HTML. I know some of you, I'm talking, over some of your heads possibly, but if you're on Tumblr and, maybe you use Blogger or WordPress or any, type of site like that. If you're actually working with our team, you're on our $10 level, you're working with our GDI program, and you're actually using the blog from that program, well, guess what? You can place HTML throughout your blog posts. And what we're doing here is we're making this stuff available to you. Okay. Now, again, we talk about being leaders. Well, here's the thing. As a leader, sometimes you need to know how to follow so that others will follow you. Okay. So we're making the tools available to you. However, if you choose not to use these tools, then let me ask you a question. Are you following our system? Yes or no? Okay. The answer is no. If you do not have blogs, if you're not even using that type of tool, are you really paying attention to our training? Are you really doing everything you could do? Yes or no? The answer is no. Sometimes people say, well, you know what? I don't really know what to write about. Well, let me tell you something right now. Look at this image right here. When building a team, you focus on the people who go hard for the team without you asking them to, not the ones waiting on you. Again, we're talking leadership. We're talking leadership here, right? You want people to follow you, but you can't even figure out how to start blogging, how to start using these tools that are out here for you to help you attract leads, to help you find people that want to partner with you, right? Look, this is an update, so I'm not going to go into some of the stuff that we talk about in social networking for money. These are training videos that we have for you. Have you watched them? Make sure you have, because again, we're giving you all the tools that you need. But the question is, are you following? Are you following? That's the question. See, if you're not following, then who's going to follow you? Think about this, you guys. Think about what I'm sharing with you right now and understand that if you're working with the team, if you're really working with the team, you've got everything you need to make money here. But you have to do something. It's not going to happen by magic or by osmosis. You have to do more than sign up. You have to be a leader. You have to take the lead. You have to jump to be successful. Please understand what you can do with these tools, okay? Because these are very powerful tools. Folks, when someone sees an image like this, it gets their attention. See, if we're talking marketing and branding and all of these things that are very important topics, please understand how images speak to people. For example, this is a very controversial movie. And there's a lot of very controversial topics. It's a comedy. Lots of people have seen it. So when they see the image, they know exactly what this is talking about. They know what it's referencing. It's going to get their attention. Some of you are wondering, how do you get people to take a look at your websites? How do you get people to take a look at the presentation? How do you get people to move? By being a leader. You have to move. You have to do things that will get people to move, such as use effective tools. Listen, there's been a lot of people who've signed up through our system, and I'm glad they did this because it allows me to talk about it now. There are so many people who came through our system and then went and created their own tools. One of the reasons you're working with this team is so that you don't have to create your own tools. Listen, if you don't like the tools or if you want more tools, here's what you need to do. You need to communicate. Communicate. Talk to somebody. Say, hey, can we get this? Can we get this? Can we get this? You know, again, some people have made those suggestions since we rolled this thing out, and some of those suggestions have been implemented. Some have not. Here's what you have to understand. Everything you suggest is not going to be implemented, at least not right away. See, here's the thing. We already have a set of ideas that we know are going to work, and who we're looking for are leaders to execute our ideas. Now, many of you may be coming to the table with some excellent ideas as well. However, we've got to execute a few ideas at a time. There will be a time and place for you and your ideas to take the forefront, especially if you're one of our leaders. And our leaders are using our tools. You know, again, these are just a handful of tools that I use personally. They bring me leads. They will bring you leads too. please make sure you look at them, that you check them out, that you figure out where they're going, where they're linking to, and use these tools. Here's what we've also provided you with, our slides for those of you that want to make your own presentations. Okay, again, we're talking about updates here. Okay, listen, we train you on the right way to approach people, on the right way to grow your organization. Some of you are following that advice. Those of you who are getting people signed up, who are actually bringing people into your business, you're listening, congratulations. But there again are so many people who don't like to read, they don't like to watch videos, right? There's a bunch of people who won't watch this video right now. They're struggling in their business and they won't listen to anybody, right? Look, there's nothing that we can really do for them. Congratulate yourself that you're different, that you've set yourself apart, that you're not like the others, because you're here. You're listening right now, right? So understand that you may have what it takes. Feel good about that. You know, again, I told you I'm going to challenge you, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm challenging right now to go ahead and be a leader. Take what we taught you in terms of how to build your organization and understand how to apply it. All right. Look, for those of you who aren't part of our team, I know I'm losing you right now, but please understand that, you know, go through the steps, come back to this video later, and everything I'm saying is going to make perfect sense. Okay. Trust me. All right. Because I'm really talking to my team right now. You know, look, there's a lot of you who are struggling with what we're teaching. Because you want to be the deal. And look, I'm not against that. You want to have a presentation. You want to be the one that talks to people. You want to explain the business. You want to explain the system. Well, there's a way to do that. Let me tell you the proper way right now. We've given you slides. Make your own presentation. Use the slides, though. Use the team slides. Use what the team uses. Be uniform. This is what we're saying. Be uniform. Okay? Or listen, if you do go out and make your own slide presentation, that's cool. But, you know, again, try to keep the information somewhat concurrent so that we're all saying the same thing. This is so important. It's mind-blowing to me that we talk to network marketers about duplication and how much it matters, and then network marketers all want to be individuals. They all want to go do their own thing, say their own stuff, change the words. Look, folks, there are people in network marketing who I see on Facebook using terms that don't even really apply to network marketing, and it's confusing the industry. It's confusing the industry. People don't really know what's going on anymore because of all these people who are just, you know, making up terms. So we've got to get back to uniformity as network marketers, as distributors, as business people, in order to help ourselves, help one another make more money. And whenever you're working in a team, in a company, you want to be uniform. Right? This is why companies give you websites. This is why companies give you tools, because they want you to use them. And one thing I'm going to talk about real quick, and I'm going to move on because it's pretty much well known. Let's say you work for company ABC and you're marketing ABC's website, and you recruit 10 people who go on Facebook and they promote ABC's website. And those 10 each sponsor 10 who are promoting ABC's website, right? You got 100 and so people who are now on Facebook, social media, promoting ABC's website. 1,000 people come in, right? Each of those 100 get 10. Now you got 1,000 people coming in. They're all promoting ABC's website all over Facebook, et cetera, and so on. And you can sort of see the pattern that I'm getting at, right? Suddenly you have 10,000 people promoting ABC's website. What's happening is you're all creating brand awareness for ABC's website. Now, how does that help you you and I as distributors? And the answer to that question is it doesn't. Doesn't help us at all, you guys. We are shooting our own selves in the foot by not taking this message that, again, this isn't new information. I'm not the first one to tell you guys this. Some of you have heard this before. Stop branding the company. Brand who? Yourself. Well, that's the only place that I differ when I'm teaching stuff, you guys. I don't say brand yourself. I say brand your team. Brand your team. If you're part of Top Networkers Group, brand the team. Wave the flag. Use our system. Use our tools. Why? Because you're part of the team. That's why. Look, if we have 10 people talking about Top Networkers Group on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and we're using the tools, we're promoting our system. If we're doing that every day, we're going to what? We're going to promote brand awareness for our system, for our team, for our tools. How does that benefit us as distributors? Think about it. Is it better for us to brand the system, or is it better for us to brand the individual companies, the individual programs that are in the system? You already know the answers. The answers are clear now, right? Some of you are getting it. Some of you, the light bulb is going on. Some of you are having aha moments as we speak, and you're getting it. You're understanding that you've been doing it all wrong. You need to be working with the group. You need to be using our system. You need to actually be looking at our training videos. You need to actually be learning what we're teaching and then applying it. Some of you are getting that. Some of you are seeing that. You know, most of these videos where I'm actually doing tours, I do them on some of my other channels where they're private and only the team can see them. We're actually doing this update on the main channel because I want folks to really understand what we've been working on. You know, I know it is sort of kind of been secretive to a degree. I had a friend actually kind of told me, hey, it's a little confusing and there's a lot of information. I had a mentor who told me the same thing, that there's a lot of information. So what we're doing here is, as far as our tools go, is we've cut back on some information. I'm gonna get to that in just one moment, but I want to show you guys this real quick. Again, use the slides, make your own presentations, then follow the recruiting process that we've taught you. Okay, do things the right way. Get people to take a look at the presentation and let the presentation do the work for you, so you're not wasting your time getting burned out, you know, sending a bunch of emails to a bunch of people, you know, when you could really, you know, simply send people to a place where they could look at information, get informed, get in touch with you, all the stuff that we teach you, which works, by the way. Okay. Read through all this stuff. This is very important, edifying your team partners. Please read through the Overcoming Objections PDF. This is very, very important and powerful PDF. It's actually written for our team, the 1mlm system for our team, for TNG. And these are some awesome ways for you to overcome objections. You know, simple questions that people are going to be asking you, and things that you can say in response. Again, we have awesome training. And here's the question for you once again. If you're part of our team, if you've been working with us, have you read that PDF? If you're saying to yourself, no, I've never looked at that before, again, match your results up with your work. Here I go challenging you again. Are you really working, or are you just telling yourself you're working? You talk to 5 people. They talk bad about you in the business. They shot all types of objections at you. And because you didn't read this PDF, you weren't ready to respond. Now this isn't a new PDF file, by the way. This has been up for about 2 years. Okay. And you know, a lot of this information, some of you who are working with us, you're already, you know, seeing that you know, we just sort of moved information around. This all used to be on the front home page. Not these though. These are brand new, giving you guys some codes. But this entire link section here was on the home page, and all of these tools here were on the home page as well. So we sort of cut down a little bit, and we moved stuff around. So, you know, again, when I was talking about reading and everything, look, this is where the rubber meets the road. You know, if you're not even preparing yourself to overcome objections, then do you really deserve to make money? Are you really a professional if you really aren't prepared for the objections that people are going to have, right? We live in a society that preaches job, 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 and here you come with MLM. And what are people's perceptions of MLM? It's a pyramid. It's a scam. It's a scheme. All these things that people have in their minds, and here you are pretending that you can just willy-nilly this stuff. Come on, get real. Get real with yourself right now. Get real with yourself. That's not how you do it. You have to prepare for battle. You have to know what you're going to say. You have to know what you're going to say when they say something else. Okay. Flowchart. This is just sort of a breakdown, a simple idea. Read that. You know, just an idea how things flow. Go through that information. Some of it's old, needs to be updated, but again, gives you an idea of what we're doing around here. These are very important. We really think you should be working with your sponsor, with your with the person that brought you into the system, and that you should be doing these two exercises right here, tracking your daily production and setting goals and allowing someone else to keep you accountable. It's very important. Okay. Let's go back home. All right, again, training. Make sure you go through here. Now, this whole section is going to be overhauled as well very soon. We just updated our Module 1 Quick Start Training 2016. So that's brand new. Please make sure you take a moment to check that out. Now, again, if you are actually working with the group and you're on our $10 level, then you have access to all of this training. If you are not working with the group, then of course your training is a little bit more limited, but we still give you a lot of really good stuff. Please, again, take your time, watch this information, get this information in you. Look, some of this is going to take you time. Stop being in a hurry to reach your goals. Too many of you are in a hurry to go broke. All right, look, be quick, but don't hurry. That's an old saying by Coach John Wooden. John Wooden coached the UCLA men's basketball team, the most winningest championship team of all time in the collegiate level. No college team has won as many championships as that UCLA team. And no coach has won as many championships. And one of the things he taught his players is be quick, but don't hurry. You know, in the game of basketball, you can't be slow. So, yeah, you don't want to be slow about your goals, right? So when I say take your time, you know, I'm not saying be slow. What I mean is be in a hurry. Sorry, be quick, but don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a rush. You know, really and truly put yourself on a schedule. Spend an hour a day in our system. Spend 2 hours a day in our system. Do that for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'm telling you, this is what our system is designed for, is to turn you into an incredible sponsoring machine. Listen, People who come through our system who actually apply what we teach, some of them are doing some phenomenal things in the industry right now. And I'm telling you, you'll have the same results if you will take the time to learn and then apply what we're teaching. Again, connect, learn, share, and earn. You got to learn how to share, though. Most of you guys, you don't know how to share. Most of you. Okay, again, challenging you to learn how to share better. Please. Okay, get better at that. Stop sucking. All right, let's go back to our marketing here again. And just real quick here, we have shortened up the home page. Again, we've gone back to something that we used to do. And just mute the page. Okay, so no information. We used to have a lot of information. It's going to kind of roll in after that 15 minutes, but we really want people to watch at least the first 15 minutes of our presentation. At the end of that 15 minutes, they can either click off the page or stay on the page. Now, again, we're talking tools. You have to be a professional network marketer, ladies and gentlemen. Stop giving presentations before the presentation. Your job is to invite people to a presentation. We are sorters, not sellers. We're not going to convince anybody to look at a presentation, but instead we are going to sort for people who are open to looking at a presentation. See, I can really get into some training right now because like I said, only my leaders are still listening right now. So I can go ahead and give you some nuggets. Now, again, most of this is in our training now, but the recruiting process is simple. It's simple. Step number one, you approach and pique interest. You go to people you know, people you have some type of relationship with, friend, family, or a business contact. Now, again, I'm not going deep into training. I'm just hitting surface stuff here, you guys. You should be building your list and should be sorting your list. You should know which people you know that are interested in business. So you should already have a list of 100 to 50, or 50 to 100 people that you can go talk to. And you need to talk to between 50 and 100 people to be successful at anything you do. Okay? You have to give yourself room to mess up, to fail. Some of the people you're going to talk to, you're going to say the wrong stuff. But that's why you want to approach 100 people. Because in the process, every time you approach somebody, you're going to get better. You're going to get more comfortable with it. You are going to actually learn that what we're teaching you is not fluff. That if you do this the right way, you will get results. So when you approach and pique people's interest, you want to keep it short. That's the key. You don't want to talk too long. You don't want to send a 300-word paragraph email to someone as a pique. That's wrong. That's not effective, okay? I don't want to say it's wrong. It's ineffective. If you talk to 100 people and you send 100 people a 500-word pique, which is really an explanation. Hey, I'm an ABC company and we sell water. It's the best water on earth. It's $300 to join. You're going to get paid a $1,000 bonus. The residuals out the world. I'm so glad I signed up. My mama's so glad that she signed up too. Here's my link. Take a look at the video right now. Get back to me if you like it. You send that message to 100 people, and I'm telling you, you're not going to get the same results as you would if you use the approach we teach you. What do we teach you? We say keep it short. We say ask a yes or no question. That's what it means to pique interest. I had a guy who failed to learn what we're teaching. He wrote an ebook in which he tried to say that I taught him, that we taught him, that piquing interest means creating interest, making people interested. Ladies and gentlemen, He wanted me to sign off on that. I told him, look, bro, I can't sign off on that because that's not what we teach. That's not piquing interest. Our job is not to create interest. Our job is to find interested people. This is training. This is training. I hope y'all are taking notes. You know, I'm giving y'all some nuggets right now. I'm telling you. Giving y'all some nuggets. Our job is not to create interest. That's why so many of you are failing. That's why that gentleman never brought anybody into our business, because he's so busy trying to create interest. Piquing interest means I'm going to ask you a yes or no question. John, are you open to making an extra $10,000 a month? Yes or no? This is step number one of the recruiting process. John, are you open to partnering up with me in business? John may say, I don't know. I might have to hear more. Doing what? What are we going to be doing together? If you're a professional network marketer and your prospect says that to you, you've got them. Hook, line, sinker. You just have to know how to execute the play. So you ask John that question. Are you open to going into business with me? John says, depends. What are we going to be doing? Great question, John. When do you have about 15 minutes? About 15 minutes now, man. What's going on? Okay, look, man, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a look at this website. There's a video. It's pretty long, man, but I need you to watch the first 15 minutes and get back to me. Get back to me. Now, at this point, John is either going to say, all right, bro, shoot me the website. You shoot John the website. John looks at the website. The presentation does the work for you. We call this step number 2, inviting people to a presentation. Now they can go look at the presentation on their own for themselves. They can look at the same information you looked at, and they can make a decision on if they are interested in this business. Again, you don't create interest. That's not your job. Your job is to look for interested people. Now, if John says, well, I don't want to go to a website. I want you to explain it. John, I would love to do that. I don't have a lot of time. I'm looking for 3 to 5 people, and I've got 100 people to talk to. I can't spend 15 minutes talking to all 100 people. I'm looking for a handful of people who will take action. And John, if you really want to know about partnering up with me, I need you to look at this video. Now, again, this is training. Some of you guys may need to rewind that, may need to write that down. Do what you got to do. Be a professional, you guys, okay? Your language has to be like that. This is how I get people to look at presentations. That's how you have to do it. You can try everything else in the world. I'm telling you, it's not going to get you the kind of results that approach will right there. Your job is not to present, not in the recruiting process. Your job is to follow the process. You approach and pique interest. You ask a yes or no question. If John says no at any point in time in this process, John falls out the process. John tells me he's not interested. I move on. Next, I got 100 people to talk to. I don't have time to convince John to look at something, to beg John to look at something. I got a gold nugget. I got a business that's going to make me $1 million a month. I don't have time to talk to John. Neither do you if John's not ready to move. And I'm sorry to everybody named John right now in the world, just using the name as an example. Please understand that if you're a professional, there's 4 steps to that process. I only gave you 2 of them. You'll go learn the process and use the process. Go talk to 100 people. Again, we're in an awesome age where, Facebook lets you have, I think it's like 5,000 friends. Talking to 100 people is nothing. Talking to 100 people and asking them a yes or no question just to see what they say. It's nothing. You talk to 100 people, you ask someone a yes or no question, you ask 100 people a yes or no question. Like, are you open to making some money? Are you open to partnership? It's going to lead to where they say yes or no, or maybe show me, what are we doing? If they say yes, it's the same approach. I need you to take a look at this website. If this information makes sense to you, get back to me, or I'll get back to you in a day, or I'll get back to you later tonight. And then you would, of course, go through steps 3 and 4, right? Follow up and closing, and then bringing people into training. What we're doing right now, making sure that your team members are watching training videos, that they're reading, that you're challenging people to get better, that you're not only taking the challenge to improve yourself. See, and that's the whole thing. If you really want to challenge other people to get better, you have to challenge yourself to get better. You can't ask people to get better if you're not getting better. Like I said, you guys, look, a lot of the stuff that we're doing right now, as far as the website and the tools and all the stuff that we put together for you, right? These aren't being put together by some big web firm. A lot of this is being done by yours truly, most of it. And I've had to get better. I've had to learn things in order to make the websites look better on mobile devices. Again, we just started making our sites responsive about 2 years ago. They look better now. They will continue to get better, and the system will continue to get better, and I will continue to get better. And I'm telling you, if you're working with our team, you need to continue to get better. And the better we all become, the better our team becomes, the better our results become. Let's close this thing out. We're talking about tools here. All of these tools are going to make you money, but you have to use them. Here's a tool that some of you are familiar with. We've been talking about it for a little while now, the black folder. Now, this folder is going to generate conversation. It's going to. It is created to do that very thing. Okay? And conversation matters. Conversation is how you once again will get people falling into to your funnels. You'll get people coming to your website. You'll get people looking at your presentations. And this is also a way to do it without directly approaching people. Okay. So we talk about this too in the recruiting process these days. See, okay, back in the day, the indirect way to approach people was to leave flyers out. Okay, going around leaving flyers out, leaving business cards out, right? That's an indirect way to approach people about a business, okay? In today's age, 2016 and beyond, we've got Facebook, we've got social media, we've got Pinterest, Google Plus, Twitter, all these things, right? Okay. Now, all these outlets, what they do is they give us spaces where we can share whatever we want to share. Now, there are varying degrees of views on how we should use our social media. There's a school of thought that says that we network marketers should never talk about our businesses on our social media. I actually agree with that. Again, it goes back to what I said earlier. You really shouldn't be talking about the network marketing programs and companies that you're in, if you can help it, if you can avoid it. Sometimes we just get excited and we just want to share, hey, I just signed up for Draft Fury. It's a it's a fantastic fantasy, Right. But it would actually be more effective if we were just talking about fantasy sports competition sites in general, and then gave people a link to a MLM system website, which now exposes them to Fantasy Draft, Draft Fury, and some of the stuff that we're working with right now, as well as our system, et cetera, and so on. So now they're going from social media and they're coming to our system. And again, it's about our system. and it's not about a company. It's not about, so what we're advertising would actually benefit us, not just the company. Because now people are coming to us, to our team, to our system, right? And they're not sidestepping us. They're not going directly to a fantasy sports website. You're sort of now their tour guide via the 1MLM system, right? And with the black folder here, for example, this is a way where you're not even talking about an industry. You're not even going into a company. You're going to just share a video or share something that's going to actually get people talking. And trust me, all these videos are going to get people talking. Now, just quickly, the reason for the black folder is that group economics is something that black people here in America need to practice. This is no longer up for a debate, especially within the network marketing industry. With so many companies, with so many things spread out, we need to make sure that we're pooling our money together and increasing our dollars by coming together, working together. And so much of what the 1MLM system is about is group economics. Now, we don't, shy away from talking about it here. At the same time, if you're not black, if you're not interested in any of this stuff, it's fine. You don't have to do anything with any of this information whatsoever. We're not going to turn you away and say you can't work with our team. That's not what this is about. This is about just, being open, honest, and transparent. This is about the fact that we live in a country where some bad things have happened, and some of us are working on solutions and being solution oriented. And so much of the solution is in education. There are a lot of black people who are entirely unaware of their history. They don't even understand how we got to a point where we have some of the issues that we're dealing with today. So the black folder is going to deal with that. It's going to give people education that they need. A lot of times people won't even look at information unless someone they know shares it. So for example, why poverty? This is an awesome video, and there's a bunch of people that will watch the video if you share it on your social media. So you share this video and maybe some of these other videos. In fact, you make it a plan to share one video a day for a month, 30 days. We actually have over, I believe, 50 videos in the archive right now. I'm about to add about 20 or 30 more this weekend. So this archive is going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to be, provocative, educational, inspirational. And here's what's going to happen. People on your social media are going to talk. They're going to look. They're going to see some of these videos. They're going to ask questions. They're going to weigh in. They're going to comment. What this tool is, this is powerful. No other team in the industry is doing anything like this, right? Check this out. People are going to ask questions. They're going to come to you, and they're going to say to you, what is this 1MLM system about? What is this black folder, right? They're going to actually come to this page and watch our presentation and hear about what we're talking about in terms of group economics and building our block and making sure that we come together as a team, that we grow ourselves and our income. And it's going to generate interest. Now, you're not going to make them interested, okay? What's going to happen is the page is going to sort people. So a person comes here and they're watching this information, and if they continue watching the information, at some point they're going to be like, you know what, I think I am interested in some group economics. They're going to make their mind up on their own. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. Now you can help people become interested in things, but a lot of times, the circumstances in their lives are going to be the main driving factors that determine who's interested in this stuff and who's not. So you could share these links for 30 days straight, And some of the people that you know are never going to be interested in this stuff. All right. Unless something happens in their life that makes them start thinking and reevaluating and say, maybe I should maybe look around and listen to a couple other people. And, oh, my friend's always sharing these links from the Black folder. Let me check this out. Okay. So once again, you're marketing what? The Black folder. You're not marketing a company. You're not marketing a program. You're marketing what? Education. You're marketing information. You are inviting people to actually have a serious conversation about some serious matters. This is a very serious matter. I mean, look, some of you, regardless of what your financial goals are in life, I hope you're thinking about bettering the planet. I hope you're actually thinking about not just using your wealth to buy yachts and mansions and fancy cars. I hope some of you are also thinking about charity and giving back and building up your communities, regardless of where you come from. And maybe if you can help out some people who are a little less fortunate, especially as you become more fortunate, I really truly hope that that's where you're at. All right. And, again, a folder like this, that's the entire purpose, is to educate and to motivate us, to all, be consciously aware that there are solutions to these problems. All right. And with that, I just want to show you guys 2 more pages here. In fact, I was doing this the other day and realized I didn't have it in here. Let me go to the bookstore here. We're going to be updating and adding this link in here soon. Now, this is only for those of you who are actually participating in the Amazon Associates program, because what we've done is we have LinkedIn books, and we want you to be able to promote this website, this bookstore, so that you can get paid. Okay. Looks like we maybe having some challenges here. Terms of the internet, but these images will load in if I was in a different browser. It's just one of those things. All right, so you guys, look, this page actually has books on them. When you go there, you'll see the books too, and these are books that you need to read. Okay, more homework for you. All right, look. By the time you look through all the information we have for you, you're going to see that, yeah, there's 2 to 3 years of information. This is a library like nothing on the internet right now. There's a lot of fluff on the internet, a lot of fluff. Okay, a lot of folks giving you fluff. Frankly, they're telling you to throw money at the problem. They're telling you to spend money on advertisements, and to basically go broke in order to make money. And that's not what we want you to do. We want you to have real skills. But listen, if you're sharing a bookstore on your page every 5 days, people are going to see it. People are going to talk. Right? See, again, we tell you the right way to advertise on your social media pages. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. You don't want to be all advertisement all the time, right? But you do want to slip them in. Why? Because why not? You're a marketer. What is going on here? Listen. If people are mad at you for marketing on your social media, they're sore at themselves. They're telling you, I don't want to hear about any businesses. Unfriend them. Tell them to stop following your page. Right? Pull those people aside. If they're on your page, stop posting that. So I always posting something. Because some people do that. Some people post some negative stuff in your comments. Here's what you do. Delete their comment. Inbox them. Tell them keep that negativity off my page. Be a leader. Step up. Take ownership of your business. Take ownership of your success. Don't allow someone who doesn't have the same goals and dreams as you to tell you that you can't accomplish them. Get those people out your life. Limit your contact with those people. Real sorry that the bookstore didn't want to load up here. I'm not sure if it's an index issue or some type of technicality here. Let's check something really quick. Okay. Oh well. So that's that though. Check the bookstore out. Promote the bookstore. Put it out there. One of the best pages and tools that you can use right now is our programs page. You know, again, this ties in with some of our other marketing that we showed you earlier, from the Tropic Thunder comedy. You never go full retard. We break the scene down for you. Now, this page is actually known as a sales page. What a sales page does is very similar to the presentation here, which as I told you, after the clock winds down, the old page pops in. This is all the stuff that folks are used to. Okay. And some of you who have been coming here for a couple of months, you've seen this. Okay. This only pops up after 15 minutes. And, you know, again, it's a sales page. Now, there's two types of people working with our team. There's people who use our website and everybody else. If you're using our website, you're getting signups. Okay, people can't look at this stuff and not be interested. I'm trying to tell you that, right? Many of you watching right now, you signed up because you looked at this stuff. And the simplest way for you to make money in this system is to use our system, use our stuff. You know, look, I feel like I shouldn't have to keep saying that, but unfortunately, I do. All right, there's so many people out here who make this so complicated because, again, they want to beat a deal. There's a way to beat a deal. You make a video where you're giving a tour of our tools. Okay? Just make sure that the information you're giving out is accurate information. Right? Be quick, but don't be in a hurry. Take your time to script out a real good presentation about our system, about our team, about our tools. Put your name all over it if you really want to beat a deal. It's fine. But understand there's a process. So you do the video so that you can pique interest and keep it short. And now people can come listen to you talk. They say, oh, I want you to explain it to me. I already made a video. That's me in the video. I'm breaking it down in the video. I put it in the video so that I don't have to explain this to 100 people. Because I got to talk to 100 people today, and I'm looking for the ones that really want to know what's up. Not everybody. This ain't for everybody. Okay, this might not be for you. Be willing to walk away from a deal. You know, I was watching Silicon Valley, the HBO comedy, season 3 just started. Episode 1, there's a guy who was taking over a company, and the dude was all upset. This is a spoiler for some of you who haven't seen it. And the guy who's taking the company over, he didn't want the company if the upset gentleman, the one who owned it, who started it, if he was going to leave, he didn't want the company. So when the guy comes over, he's all upset. If you're taking over, then I'm not going to be here. Here's what the guy did. He said, all right then, fine, no problem. He didn't try to convince him or talk him out of it. He allowed that person's decision to stand. He said, okay, this guy has made his mind up. He's not going to be part of it. No problem. He walked him out the house. And because he didn't argue, it made the other gentleman really think about, like, wait a minute, this guy is really acting like he doesn't need my company. Now that makes him think, well, maybe he would be a good fit. Maybe, you know, his motives are right. Maybe, see, these are things that you need to keep in mind as well when you're out there prospecting and talking to people, that your job is not to talk people into stuff, right? So as you're recruiting people and you're saying, hey, take a look at this information, and they're saying, well, I want to do that. Okay, fine, no problem. Be willing to walk away. Hey, look, this might not be for you. It's no big deal. You know, business ain't for everybody. Some people are going to hear you say that and get mad. Oh, you said business for everybody. Folks, grow some tough skin. Grow a pair. Okay? For real. Get tough when it comes to business. You can't allow your feelings to get in the way because you got a job to do. You have a goal to reach. You're not going to get there by caring about everybody's feelings. And so be willing to walk away. Be willing to let a couple of sales go. It's okay. Think big. You have 1,000 prospects that you're going to approach, that you're going to find out who's interested in something, that you're going to get into, get in front of a presentation. You're going to be using social media to expose people to the tools that we have. And you're going to be patient. You're going to wait because, again, people are watching you. Too many of you are in a hurry. You'll post a link. You'll do a couple of things, but you won't do everything. You'll give it a couple of weeks, but you won't give it a couple of months. You won't give it a couple of years. And this is why no one's joining you, because you're constantly jumping into something else. They know you're going to quit. And you have to be real with yourself. You have to stop being that person. You may have to make an announcement. Hey, folks, I'm no longer jumping around from company to company. I'm working with Top Networkers Group. I'm going to settle down. Because I finally realized it's about the team, not the company. I finally get it. You may have to own it and tell people, you know what? You saw me join 30 companies in the last 3 years. I was wrong. I went about it the wrong way. There's a right way to do it, and I did it the wrong way. Let me show you guys the right way. Take a look at this information right here. And then be patient. Be committed. Keep coming to the system. Keep coming back. Keep learning stuff. Keep using our tools. Keep putting stuff out there where people can see it. And I'm telling you, leads are going to come in. People are going to sign up. And as they see more and more of us doing it, more and more people will sign up. That's just how it goes, you guys. Try it. Watch and see. Okay? Last thing I want to tell you guys is about the support office. We're still making some upgrades here. Wanted to get something that was responsive, okay? What we're using in terms of our chat room and video conferencing, it didn't work on smartphones. And so our current setup actually does work, but I don't like it. So we're going to continue to work and improve on that. And also in terms of live calls, we're not actually doing those at the moment. Okay. We do want to encourage everyone to use the support office for one-on-ones and two-on-ones, which means that maybe you have a person who's got a bunch of questions and they've already seen a presentation, and maybe you're just not ready to answer all those questions. Do incorporate your leaders. Do a two-on-one. Edify your partner. Set a meeting up. Okay, and make sure you're edifying right. A lot of people suck at edifying. I'm just being real. And I'm gonna challenge you again. Get good at that. Get great at that. Build your partners up. Make them sound awesome. And when you, as the expert, get onto a call with one of your partners, make your partner sound awesome. Okay. When people feel like they're talking to two awesome people, they want to be the third. Works all the time. This is stuff that works, you guys. Okay, buying ads and all this crazy crap, that's not network marketing. Okay, we do want you to blog. We do want you to use some of these tools that are out here, but we also want you to have the fundamentals and the skills and the knowledge to know what's actually going to produce, what's actually going to bring people into your business. Okay? Because again, if you're doing it right, who's looking at your video? Interested people. They're already interested. They already want to make more money. Okay. After they watch the video, if they're still interested, guess what? Come meet my business partner. Let me introduce you to the guy that introduced me to this. You show up in the 2-on-1, you guys talk for a few minutes. Guess what? Who's coming to that meeting? An interested person. So they already want to be there. You know, if you do step 1 right, everything else flows. They come to the presentation. When you follow up, they watched it. Right? Either they're interested or they're not. If they're not, you move on. Next. Process, you guys. It's a process. Learn it, follow it. Increase your odds, increase your signups by getting better. Get better, you guys. Get better. Okay? Use 2-on-1s. 2-on-1s increase your odds of closing. Okay, bring a business partner in. Do everything the right way. Follow the 3-way training. Okay? Edify your partner. Let your partner edify you. Let your partner speak. Let them do all the stuff. You just hang out in the background. You don't talk because it shows reverence. It shows respect for your partner. You don't cut your partner off. You don't tell your partner what to tell your prospect. Okay? They might miss a couple of things. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay? Your prospect is already loving the process. They're already like, okay, I'm on the phone with 2 cool cats. It's good enough. Okay, you don't have to speak. You know, again, it shows reverence for your partner. Plus, it allows your partner to build you up. Now, when you get off the 2-on-1, when you're no longer with your partner, you're now in a better place with your prospect, and you can talk to them all day and night. Okay, look, let's close this thing out. There's some links I'm gonna leave for you in the bottom. An ESPN conversation with John Sally talking about the triangle offense. It's very important that if you're on a team that you run an offense. Okay, John Sally won several championships under Phil Jackson. It's crazy when I hear people that don't want to run the triangle. They don't win championships either. Teams wear the same uniforms. We'll have that linked up for you to read that. Look, you guys, let's all use the same tools. As always, it's been my pleasure and a true privilege to share this information with you. I know that we're going to impact lives, and you know, someone out there has just had an aha moment and they realize that they need to be working with our team. Welcome on board. Get started. Some of you signed up a while back and realized that aren't being the best teammate. We're looking forward to you getting better. All right. Look, I'm inside the system, and I'll see you there. Thanks again for watching the 2016 second quarter update for the 1MLM system.